Like your dog is smoking. Hi, baby.
That's a first.
This is a good example of using the beep function to stop the dog from doing little annoying things like biting on the leash. Leash again. I'm going to center in so you can see. I'm going to give a beep. Nothing. I'm going to give another beep. Nothing. I'm going to give another beep. Now I'm going to go to vibration mode and see how that works. Notice that the dog felt the vibration and stopped. I always like to graduate correction with the e-collar. It's pretty simple using the e-collar. You put it on, there's nothing fancy about it. When the dog does something that you don't like, instead of manually correcting with sound, touch, or leash snap correction, you simply press a button and you get a beep. And the bad behavior normally stops. You have to be repetitious because the dog, in this case, is a pup. And eventually the dog relaxes and leaves the leash alone, period. That's how you use the e-collar, guys. It's not a horrible tool. It's a perfect tool. A lot of people don't like the e-collar because of the shock mechanism. Well, you don't have to use the shock mechanism. You can use the beep and you can use the vibration. For seniors and people who have limited mobility, this is a very good tool to train a dog. It's safe, it's humane, and it gets the job done, as you can see. There's a difference between anticipative correction and immediate correction. Anticipative correction is when you catch something before it happens. For example, the dog is licking right now. Just to give you an example, I'm going to beep, just to show you how effective the beep is. As you can see, the dog stopped licking. Now that's good if the dog is obsessively licking. Notice that what we're using right now, we're using vibration and beep to make sure that Blizzard stays in the cage without any trauma. And what we want to do is just give beep if the dog gets out of line or gets frustrated, gets a little anxious. We just give a beep. Right now we're doing pretty good. What we want to do is we want to set up another camera here just so we can see the dog. When we use an e-collar or beeper or vibration function on the dog, we always want to make sure that we beep or vibrate before or right when they do something wrong. The best way is called anticipative correction. That's when we want to anticipate a dog's bad behavior. For example, a dog twirling before it urinates or defecates. All right, that would be anticipative correction. The dog actually hasn't used the bathroom in the home, but he's thinking about it. If he can't think about it, if we correct that process of him thinking about it, then he can't do it. Why? Because dog behavior has to go through a behavioral pattern completion. Okay? He has to twirl around, get excited, anxious, then urinate. It's like dominoes falling. If we stop the domino at the first stage, it never happens. That's just how it is with dogs. It looks like she's doing pretty good, and we're just going to walk out the room and see if we can make something happen. Again, this isn't necessarily a behavioral video, but it's just to give you a good idea of how to deal with dogs with things that you see as they happen during real time, and things that you should do. You should always make sure that your dog is comfortable in the kennel and quiet while you're not in the room. What I'm going to do now is, since the dog is calm and quiet, okay, I'm going to reach my hand in and give the dog a double pat. That lets the dog know that they did a good job. We're going to walk out the room again just to make sure that our exercise is successful. All right, we're going to go back in and see if the dog is doing okay in the cage. That's not bad. She only had one bad experience. We corrected that. And she's pretty content. As long as you tell a dog what to do, make sure that they do it, and then give them a double pat for doing a good job, you're going to have a perfect dog. That's what they were born for.